Have you ever felt small because of something someone said to you? Words can hurt deeply. They stick in our minds and make us doubt ourselves. But here's the truth. Their words do not define who you are. This is a story about a potter and a very simple pot. In a quiet village, there lived a potter named Nora. She spent her days shaping clay into pots and bowls of every shape, some tall and elegant, others short and sturdy. Nora loved them all equally because she knew the care she had put into every single one. One morning, she finished a plain pot. It was not fancy. No patterns, no decoration, just smooth sides and a wide, honest opening. She placed it gently on the shelf to dry. "You will serve someone well," she whispered. That afternoon, a wealthy merchant walked into her workshop. His eyes moved quickly over everything, searching for flaws. His gaze landed on the plain pot. "How much for that one?" he asked, pointing. Nora named a fair price. The merchant laughed. "That plain thing? It is worth half of what you are asking. Look at it. No decoration, no artistry. I have seen better pots made by children." His words hung in the air like smoke. Nora felt her chest tighten. She had worked hard on that pot. Every curve was intentional. But doubt crept in. "Maybe he is right," she thought. "Maybe I am not as skilled as I believed." The merchant left without buying anything, and the joy Nora had felt that morning quietly disappeared. Days passed. She could not stop thinking about his words. She tried making fancier pots with elaborate designs, but her hands felt uncertain. Each new piece felt wrong, somehow. One evening, an old woman came to the workshop. She walked with a cane and had kind eyes that crinkled when she smiled. "I need a pot for water," she said gently, "something strong and reliable." Nora showed her the newer, decorated pieces. The old woman shook her head at each one. Then she noticed the plain pot, still sitting quietly on the shelf. "That one," she said, "that is exactly what I need." "Are you sure?" Nora asked. "Someone told me it was not very good. He said it lacked artistry." The old woman picked it up carefully, turning it in her hands. "This pot is perfect," she said. "The walls are even. The weight is balanced. It will hold water without leaking. These fancy ones might look pretty, but they are not built for daily use." "Who told you this was not good?" Nora explained about the merchant and his harsh words. The old woman listened quietly. Then she set the pot down gently and spoke. "Let me tell you something," she said. "I have lived many years and met all kinds of people. Some see value everywhere they look. Others see flaws in everything, because that is what lives inside their own hearts." The merchant spoke from his own emptiness, not from truth. "This pot knows what it is," she said. "Clay, shaped with care, fired in the kiln, ready to serve its purpose." His words did not change its nature. It remained exactly what you made it to be. His opinion was just noise, passing through the air. "But his words hurt," Nora admitted softly. "Of course they did," the old woman said. "Words can sting like thorns, but a thorn only causes pain when you press against it. If you set it down and walk away, it cannot hurt you anymore." She reached into her bag and pulled out a small mirror, round, worn, with a simple wooden frame. "My grandmother gave me this when I was young," she said. "She told me something I never forgot. When someone speaks harshly about you, look into this. See yourself clearly. Their words show you their eyes, not your truth." She placed the mirror into Nora's hands. "Your worth is not decided by every voice that speaks. It is decided by what you are made of, underneath. This pot is valuable because you shaped it with skill and intention. That truth does not change, whether the merchant sees it or not." The old woman bought the pot and left. Nora stood alone, holding the small mirror. She thought of all the pots she had made over the years, hundreds of them, now living in homes across the village, holding water, storing grain, serving families every single day. Her work had always mattered. The merchant's voice was only one voice, among many. Why had she given it so much power? The next morning, Nora returned to her wheel. She centered the clay, and began to shape it again. Her hands moved with quiet confidence. She made what felt right, simple, honest pieces built to serve. Some people would love them, others might not, and that was all right. Their opinions did not change the quality of her work. Weeks later, the merchant returned. He wanted to order several pots for his shop. "People have been talking about your work," he said. "Apparently, they last longer than the others. I misjudged you before." Nora nodded calmly. "Thank you for saying so," she replied. But inside, she felt nothing shift. His approval did not lift her, the way his criticism had once pushed her down. She had learned something important. Other people's words were only weather, passing by, sometimes sunny, sometimes stormy. But the ground beneath her feet stayed solid. That ground was built from her own knowledge of her skill, her effort, and her purpose. She kept the small mirror on her workbench, and whenever doubt whispered, she looked into it, just for a moment, and remembered. Your worth was never their words. It never will be. You are made of something deeper than anyone's quick opinion. So here's something simple. You can try. Every morning, look in the mirror and say one true thing about yourself, something no one else's words can change. Maybe it is, "I try my best," or "I show up every day," or "I have a kind heart." Say it out loud. Let your own voice be the one that matters most. You are valuable, not because everyone sees it, but because it is true.